Hello and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car. Today with the electric Mini, at least with a prototype, because we're still 9 months ahead of start of production and start of sales. If you don't want to wait that long, and if you're curious how an electric Mini will drive, join me on my first test drive and I'll tell you more about it here on Thomas Geiger Car. On the first look you see traditional Mini, but if you would have X-ray eyes you could see the BMW i3, because the electric drivetrain is a carryover part from the futuristic electric carbon car out of Munich. We have a 33 kilowatt hours battery mounted in the floor of the vehicle, so you have the same space in the interior and in the trunk. The battery should last for a bit more than 200 kilometers. Not much compared to other electric cars like a Renault Zoe or a Nissan Leaf. But since the Mini is an urban car only driven in urban environment, it should last almost for a week without a charge. The engine is mounted in the front and it's got roughly 190 horsepower. So you should have the same driving figures as with the Mini Cooper S, something we're gonna find out in a second. Usually you expect total silence when you start up an electric car. Not if you drive a Mini, because if you push the start button at the Mini, it sounds like a spaceship is coming to life. While the startup of the electric Mini sounds like you're starting a spaceship, the drive away is absolutely silent. The only thing you hear is the rolling of the wheels on the tarmac. Everything else is like on a glider plane, just accelerating without any noise. For me, that's a bit missing of emotions, especially in a car like the Mini that plays with the emotions. But there are other emotions available without any limitations. For example, acceleration. You have around 190 horsepower, enough to get the car from 0 to 100 in about 7 to 8 seconds. And top speed is limited at 150 kilometers per hour, more than enough for the city and for the country roads. Even overtaking should be easy with that. The way the Mini drives is pretty similar to a Cooper S. You sit a little bit higher, but steering response, throttle response, all very direct, all typically Mini-like. Maybe not like on a go-kart, but on an auto scooter on the country fair due to the electric powertrain. The engineers have not only thought about how to transfer the Mini drive style into the electric age, how to get the traction on the street and how to integrate the electric engine. No, they have also thought about how to regenerate the energy. So, like in every electric car, you can drive with that so-called one-pedal style. You can adjust the recuperation with a switch in the center console, and if you go in the first step, the car just rolls and coasts. And it takes a while until it stops. If you use the second stage, then the car really regenerates the energy. The electric engine becomes a generator and brakes the vehicle, and you can come to a complete stop. I can't tell you much about the interior because everything is still camouflaged. But same as with the exterior, the changes are going to be pretty minor. They will have different graphics on the infotainment screen and on the cluster instrument, and they will have the one or the other different switch, but that will basically be it. Design-wise, there are not too many changes at the vehicle, because it's not necessary. We have a different front end, since we don't need any engine cooling anymore. And we have a different back end because there are no exhaust pipes anymore. But basically that's it. Different wheels, different wheel arches to cover that the vehicle is a bit higher. But if you like the Mini, you will love the electric Mini. If you hate the Mini, you will not like the electric Mini either. Thanks for joining me on that first test drive with the electric Mini. It took a little while until Mini entered the electric alley. But now they have an interesting alternative. Maybe not against Nissan Leaf and all the other medium and long distance electric cars, But if you compare it to the smart electric, and if you just look into the city, it is the perfect, the Mini-like solution. And it's somehow the happy end of an ongoing story, because it was Mini that brought the electric drivetrain to BMW. This car was the exercise for the i3, and all that BMW has learned with the first 500 electric Minis almost 10 years ago and with the i3 is in that vehicle. So I'm pretty sure this car will make its way down the electric alley. Thank you, tschüsschen, and bye-bye.